Welcome back, South by East friends, fans, and fam, to the Traffic Report on the South by East podcast, where we talk about the culture, the scriptures, and everything in between. What we got today, Sean?
Man, so I saw this post of an article that says you're only born with two fears. And outside of those two fears, everything that you fear is taught to you either by experience or family or culture. Bro, what are those two fears?
The two fears that are consistent are loud noises and heights. It says that humans are born with just two innate fears: loud noises and the fear of falling. These are hardwired responses. They help us survive in early life. The fear of falling was famously shown in the 1960 visual cliff experiment, where babies hesitated to crawl over a glass surface that looked like a drop. The fear of loud noises shows up even earlier, triggering the startle reflex in newborns. All other fears, and in the comment section, there's some debate. But all other fears, like spiders, darkness, or public speaking, are learned through experience, culture, and observation. The Little Albert experiment showed how easily fear can be conditioned when a harmless object is paired with something frightening. Over time, our environment and upbringing shape the fears we carry. Look, it's a little too hot in this room because the AC is out, but I have to call the cap right there.
I don't know, the way it just, when you said darkness.
Darkness.
I'm trying to remember what that's from.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Darkness. That's that, what's this kid?
Rick James.
Rick James. Darkness.
Yeah. Look. So, one, it says a couple things to me. One, yeah, babies do get startled with loud noises. But one of the things we did when we got our three children is, like, Toby was only 10 months. And so, man, to get him used to noises, when we would put him to sleep, we would actually have music going loudly so we could walk in and out of the room and he wouldn't notice. But then it tells you, all y'all parents who think that babies enjoy you throwing them up and catching them, it's telling you actually scaring the mess out of your child. Stop that.
Hey, look, there's so much stuff that happens as kids that I don't think we realize. I was sitting with Greg. It was either Greg or it was your wife, and they were telling me about some things at TBRI, or it was Dina. It was Dina Lesher, and she was talking about the nervous system. She was like, well, tickling is actually an overriding of the nervous system. So when you tickle a kid, and the kid is like, oh, stop, and you think they just play it because they laugh, and she's like, you're actually overworking their nervous system. And she was like, I was like, tickling is child abuse? I'm like, I didn't know.
It's getting to the point where you
can't do nothing.
3 degrees that separate you from everything. It's like 3 degrees that separate you from child abuse, man. It's like everything in your life that's wrong. Like, you know what? This is because of what happened to me as a child. I was tickled.
That's why every time I get into a situation where I get bumped in public, I shank somebody. It's just, it's trauma.
Judge, what can I do? I was tickled.
It's trauma.
And it's like, I was tickled as a kid.
It's trauma.
Like, dude, but look, my fear is going to work every day and not having AC in the building in which I work.
Terrifying.
That's what terrifies me.
Terrifying.
Right?
Terrifying. And when they say
Thriller video.
They say though the way to get through it, you gotta go through it. And then you get there. I'm still scared, John. I'm hot. I'm hot and scared. I don't know. It's not happening. Yo, I was laughing, so like I had to look at these comments because that is what I do. I'm trying to see if I can find the one. My man was like, so I learned to be claustrophobic? Question mark. And then it just goes through. There's like 200 comments in there. And everybody just, yes. And then somebody else just like, ain't nobody got no good explanations for how this happened. It's just, yes.
No, he got older siblings who always put him in the middle. Look, bro, if you the younger sibling, then you know exactly how that feel. When they always give you that's why us younger siblings like banana flavored candy. Cause that was what they gave to us.
It's like chitlins. It's the chitlins of candy. It's like you had to have it.
Look, those things we adapted. That's how we survived.
That's how we survived.
That's how we survived, And it was just like, you know what? I am actually digging this because there's a lot of stuff that I just remember being terrorized with by my older cousins and older siblings as a kid that I probably wouldn't have those fears and stuff today. You know, if it would look, think about
call
this.
them up and tell them.
We always joke about stuff that we don't eat, right?
Yep.
Where do we learn that at?
Learned it at home.
Look, for years, I was taught you never eat meat with any red in it. Yeah, and that's why I didn't like steak for years.
Yeah.
And then I had a medium steak, and I was realizing, I said, you know what? This steak stuff ain't half bad.
Myths, man.
When you don't cook it to death.
Myths and rumors, bro.
It's like, I'm going to tell you something. A well-done steak is an unsaved steak. It's a steak that's died twice. Look, it's a steak that has died twice. It's an unsaved steak.
It has been rejected by the Lord himself.
Look,
by the master chef.
You cook a steak past medium, like, look, you have killed that steak twice.
Look. Oh, so one of them was in there talking about the fear of swimming. It's like, so y'all taught me, because it's mostly black people in this comment section, like, so y'all taught me the fear of getting in the water, because black people don't like to swim. I was like,
it's all them pool parties where everybody just sat on the edge of the pool and put their feet in because they didn't want to get their hair messed up.
That's the
Look,
culture.
I'm tell you something. Why are you getting your hair done to go to a pool party? You have no intentions of getting in the pool if you get your hair done to go to a pool party.
Now, I will say, whenever you get information, you should always check the source. What I didn't understand was, why is Hot 97 posting this? Why? Hot 97? I was like, I don't know. I'm like, this seems like it's probably true, but I'm gonna have to hear it from somebody besides Hot 97.
Because they know that it's people like us who gonna chime in on this foolishness.
Absolutely, positively. But what do y'all think? Do you think that this is true, or do you think that the Breakfast Club need to get their act together and start spreading these secrets and lies? We want to hear about it in the comment section. Continue to comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the intersection, and your kids would actually go to bed at night if you didn't jump every time you saw a bug.
The feelings of Jonathan Sublett are not expressly the feelings of the South by East podcast and all of its affiliates. We'll see you next week
in the intersection.